Hello, Internet. This is Chris Paugh here with the Best Damn Roast Battle Podcast, period. I'm here today with Jeremy Shear.
That's me.
It's just us today. Tabitha and Kyle quit the show. Biggest Roast Battle League news going right now.
Yeah.
Tabitha walked out. She went out for smokes last week and never came back to the show. I don't know, man. I don't know where to start this week. There's a fuck ton of shit happening.
Yeah. Welcome to the shit. Most of it does not concern you people, so.
Yeah, I feel like we have a lot of crossover with like the hardcore, some of the hardcore roast battle folks, fans and stuff. That would be aware of this news. We're not going to talk a whole lot about it. We don't know a whole lot. Pat Barker, the commissioner, stepped down this week.
R.I.P. Pat.
Pretty abruptly. Yeah, R.I.P. He's off to for his own endeavors. We are, if everything works out tonight, later we'll be we'll post. I'm gonna talk to Moses at some point on this podcast and post that. It won't be a whole week away. I'll put it up as soon as it happens, and we can line that up and stuff. I don't know. There's not a whole lot to say. I gonna miss Pat. I like Pat a lot. Pat's a great guy. Great commissioner. Real workhorse.
I knew something was wrong when he stopped replying to my results emails with thanks. Something is amiss. Pat's not acting like himself.
Yes, him and his J.D. Vance eyes are not not acting normally. I don't know. If you're following that, you'll find everything out eventually.
It's hard to keep secrets in comedy.
Yeah, if you're not, then you don't care what we're talking about, and you want us to move on with the nonsense we normally do on this podcast.
Yeah,
which is still new, so they're not, they're still learning our nonsense on, that we do on this podcast. But I have the chat open, see if anybody's here today.
Not yet.
We have a show Friday. I won't be there, but we got some really good battles set up for Friday.
We do.
I know that much.
It's going to be lots of fun.
Yeah, look at you getting all comfortable.
Well, I have to. My feet are bothering me, so I have to operate in extreme comfort.
You got to get your feet up.
Yeah. Well, at least one of them.
You should get those old compression socks like an elderly lady.
I don't want to do elderly lady compression socks because it's hot out and I would like to wear shorts. And I would like to not have to walk around with high socks and shorts.
So you're gonna start feeling shame all of a sudden when it comes to a medical thing that you need.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, maybe in the wintertime I'll get the diabetic socks. That's not what this is.
Getting that Wingstop money.
Yeah.
I'm not. I just like it. That's all. You got this week's battles pulled up.
I'm bringing up the battles.
Getting it. I know we got Bill Squire and Raj Suresh.
Yes, Bill Squire. He of open mics every night of the week. And Raj Suresh, he of the new Bentonville, Arkansas Comedy Festival that he co-produces with Sam Talent.
That should be a good one. They're both very funny guys.
They're funny guys. They know each other
for a while.
Yeah,
that's the case with most of the Cleveland battles. I guess they've brought that up on the second best roast battle podcast before is the camaraderie of the Cleveland battles.
Yeah. We all like each other for the most part.
Yeah. Take notes, rest of the country.
This is supposed to be all about love, so.
Yes. Yeah. Who else?
We've got Pittsburgh's Chris Scriva versus Detroit's Skippy Rose.
Ooh.
So that will be a fun one. Skippy is an excellent writer, as is Chris, but Chris's rebuttals are on point.
Yeah, his improv. He's got an improv background.
Yeah.
Yes. And a getting weighed at Trek stops background.
And falling asleep at rest stops and waking up to him sucking somebody's dick.
Yeah.
We also have Justin Paugh versus Dan Handelman, former champion Dan Handelman.
Ooh. Former drunk versus former crackhead.
Yeah. People getting their lives back together. Will this set them back on the path of destruction?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a good flame out for a while.
Well,
I guess I was the last one. Getting my life back together this year.
We have me versus Brandon Petrie.
Ooh.
Former champions battling.
Crooked back versus baby got back.
Yeah. Yeah. I am, I'll get into that later. Bob McClure versus John Brown. And those two are very chummy. So that should be a fun one.
They churn butter together.
They do. That is milked from Dave Herron. It takes two of them for each tit, so
yeah, there's like a He's got udders more than tits.
Yeah.
Dave Herron, you saw on the podcast last week. If you need the visual,
of Dave Herron, check out last week's pod or any of our battle shows because he's on most of them.
True.
And our final battle, we have from Pittsburgh, Julian Atwater, who is a regular, or it's a co-producer of the King of the Castle, Heckle Mike, and versus Sofia Rivera, who just had her first battle a few months ago. She co-produces a show at a I forget the name of the coffee shop on Madison.
Isn't it like Brews something?
Oh, I don't know. There are too many damn coffee shops in this town. I can't keep track of them.
It's like a coffee.
I think it's Roasted.
Roasted. That's right. We should do roast battle there.
I don't want to do roast battle at a coffee shop, man.
Okay.
I want people to be able to drink.
I'm not super sold on the idea. We have places to do it already.
Yeah.
We're moving to the small room starting this week at
nice.
At Forest City, which might sound like a downgrade, but it's not. It is a much better space.
It has slower ceilings, so that is the hope that it'll just
tighter walls.
Yeah. Because like this comedy brewery trend, I've never understood it. Even though I am participating in it, but like the high ceilings in a brewery are just bad.
Yeah, it's the laughs just float off into the ether. Even when you're doing really well, it feels like you're doing real bad.
Yeah.
And it also does not help with recording.
No, it does not.
We've learned.
But, this new room hopefully will sound good. We've got great battles lined up. I'm most excited for Skippy versus Chris.
Yeah, that should be really fun. And, and by the way, I don't know if people that are watching this must be Roast Battle fans. They must be aware. We are still submitting battles.
Yeah.
There will still, for at least for the immediate future, I don't know how long, but I would imagine forever, or at least the rest of this year, this season. And we've been on we've had ranked battles 5 of the last 7 weeks.
Yeah. Something
like that. And we have some more to submit that we feel pretty good about. So we're having we're like, I don't know, halfway down but we're also halfway up the ranking. So we're out of the relegation conversation.
Yeah.
Which is good. So I keep I don't know who's going to be doing it, but keep checking out the RBL Weekly for the other for the rankings and stuff like that.
The second best well, it might be moving down the rankings with no Pat.
The third or fourth best roast battle podcast.
Depends on who's taking over that job.
I don't know how many roast battle podcasts there are.
Mm. Well, the Discord server has one, and then the WRBL has one. Oh yeah, they do have that one. I think Tom Goss just left that.
Tom Goss, also 2 commissioners stepping down. Mike Eaton is still over there.
Yep.
He'll still be holding that down. So this, I don't know. It's kind of distracting. Mm-hmm. It informs most of the conversation around this whole thing right now. But it's a big shakeup. It's a big deal.
Well, we're messy bitches that love drama too. So
yeah, that's a big part of it. Yeah. We need to know.
Ooh, something's happening, and it might be personal.
Who sucked who?
Who is a creep? Oh, please tell us.
I assume it's just bros sucking and fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole thing started because Brian Moses is gay and was mad that Pat lost all this weight so he doesn't have a big dumper anymore.
I don't know if that's what happened.
Well, we'll find out tonight.
This is what assholes must have felt like when Trump and Elon were fighting. Like, damn, I like them both so much.
Yeah.
Did you see there like some Fox News, like they clipped together a bunch of them on the Daily Show, and one of those guys was just like about Elon and Trump was like, just 2 alpha males duking it out on Twitter. It's just two of the big dogs fighting over a bone. Nothing to see here. That was their take on it.
Alpha males duking it out on Twitter.
Yes. You know how alpha males love to tweet at each other.
So I saw something the other day. Apparently, alpha male was a gay porn category until very recently.
Oh, it is still a gay porn category.
But I mean only a gay porn category.
I feel like I've heard that bandied about for a longer time than that. It's the Andrew Tate like manosphere of like the Joe Rogan and all those podcasting bros. Although I don't know if I would put Rogan in the same category as Andrew Tate and those guys, and like Charlie Kirk, because those are like very intentionally right wing, like propagandists. Mm-hmm. To the point they tweet this exact same shit verbatim the other day.
Yeah,
that was like a marching order from Stephen Miller.
Yeah.
We could do a whole politics podcast, but
I don't wanna.
L.A. is not burning down right now. It was burning down months ago, and nobody cared then. So I don't know why they're worried about it now.
Because it's optics. But, it's not burning down. If it was burning down, like, a bunch of our friends would be hitting us up to come home, and they're not.
Yeah. How does that relate to Roast Battle? Well... Moses is on the Epstein list. I think somebody already made that joke. There's no... you got to be really rich to be on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a bummer. What are you going to say about it? Here's what I'll say for us. We're going to do our show until we don't want to.
Yeah.
So whatever goes on in LA with those guys and the rest of the league, you can keep coming here for roast battle stuff.
Yep.
Even if we start calling it Ad Hominem again in the far future, or if something else changes, we're gonna be here doing our thing.
Yeah, I mean, we were running this show for many years before we joined the league. So regardless of what's going on with the league, I still intend on helping run this show because I like roast battling. I did not get in. I have been producing roasts and roast battles for my entire stand-up career, and I have no intention of stopping, like, regardless of what obstacles get thrown in our way. So,
yeah, we're always going to be here being funny.
Yep.
So keep subscribing.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe to the millennial war cry.
Mm-hmm.
Like and subscribe, bro. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did this for 8 years before we became Roast Battle Cleveland as the Ad Hominem Attack Show, and we'll keep doing it till the wheels fall off.
Mm-hmm.
We're Roast Battle Cleveland now, and for however long we are, we're proud to do that. We're excited, still excited to be part of that.
Yeah, I mean, the people that we've met by being a part of this league and the interest that we've gotten from people that have come through has been great. And I wouldn't trade that for anything.
Yeah, we're still having a great time. So, yeah, whatever happens, don't worry about us.
We'll be fine.
We'll be good. I'm going to, I don't think anybody cares about this. I'm doing a road gig tomorrow. I've been dabbling.
A road gig?
A road gig. I've been dabbling in booking road gigs more because I finally bought a car.
Yeah. Somebody doesn't need a ride everywhere anymore.
Yeah. Now I suck like 1/10 the amount of dick I had to.
Mm-hmm. It really does change things when you get a car.
I'm excited to. The other day I was like, oh man, I can just go to Cedar Point.
Yeah.
I can just get up. I also I changed my work schedule and so I have like all my weekends off now and a car, so fucking invincible lately. I've had a good I got new self-esteem. It's like new money.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do with it, but
well, don't waste it on women.
Feeling pretty good. Oh, that's how I lost it.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you. Like, put it all on stage and projects and stuff. And
yeah, well, probably. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're not talking about anything else. I haven't really dated for like 4 or 5 years. And now that I feel so good about comedy, it just seems like a real bad idea.
Look, just don't be a lesbian about it and let them move in right away.
That's true.
And I think you'll be good.
Avoid that.
Yeah.
I don't have the room.
We're burning the Cape.
The Sabaho Cape.
The Sabaho Capes are all being burned. That is not happening.
No one in the chat.
No one in the chat.
The chat has abandoned you.
Or has it? I don't know. I'm going to look it up. But at any rate, yeah, my day job is getting weird. I'm now doing manager stuff, and they're paying me in gift cards to do manager stuff, which buys props for sketch shows, so I'll take them. But
gift cards.
Gift cards. That's how they keep me in. They keep me in line.
I assumed you were paid in candy bars.
No, my roommate occasionally will buy the wrong candy bar.
Yeah.
And he'll give me the wrong candy bars that he bought. But
I've driven Marty back in the day when he didn't have a car. I've driven him home many a times where we had to stop for candy bars. Man loves a candy bar.
He does. But he's very specific.
Yes. It has to be one that will contribute to him getting renal failure in the next 6 to 8 months if he keeps doing that.
Well, it's not so much all the candy bars, it's the candy bars and the Pepsi. and the Pepsi mostly.
Yeah. He can shoot kidney stones on command.
Yeah. At any rate, that's our stupid little lives. In other news, I'm very busy over the next couple weeks. I'm going to be missing the podcast the next 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Well, this Saturday, Blackstream, a black sketch comedy show, opens at Imposters Theater at 7:30.
Come on, what about White Stream?
That's like every other show there. There is a grand total of I believe 2 black producers at Imposters, and Dion Atchison, who also produced the stand-up improv hybrid show No Fucks Given, and is a regular on Dina Mendelwitz's Mental Illness and Friends. She's also an improv coach and teacher, but she is co-producing this show with Khadijah Wingo, who's also directing, and the entire cast except for me and Ruben Ryan is black. So it's black written, black produced, starring black people.
It's you and Ruben at the cookout.
Well, there's actually one of the sketches is about that. So,
okay.
But yeah, it's a very funny show.
It's for Juneteenth?
Well, it opens on the 14th, and then Juneteenth is the next show after that.
Okay.
So I won't be here. I will be at Imposters. And then it's also playing on the 20th and the 22nd. So
cool.
This Saturday, next Thursday, next Saturday, next Sunday. So if you want to check that out, please do, because a lot of people work really hard to make this come to life. There have been other people in the past that have talked shit, like, I'm going to do a black-ass sketch show, and then they don't do a goddamn thing. So when Dion came to me with this, I was like, oh, thank God, it's a producer I respect. This is actually going to get done. So it's happening, and I'm very excited about it.
All right. Tread lightly. Careful.
Well,
no,
I don't have to be careful about like producers I don't respect, because I don't respect them.
That's a good point. It's a fair point. Yeah, yeah. What else has been going on? I'm restructuring the open mic we run.
Yeah.
By mercilessly mocking homophobes to their face.
Yeah, and then they're getting confused.
Yeah. They think they might be gay. No, I will talk about this, actually, because what else are we going to do right now? I got irritated. I woke up the first day of Pride, second day of Pride month, and I'm not gay. I'm partly gay. I'm part-time gay.
Yeah.
Other people call it bisexual.
No, part-time gay really describes your deal better than bisexual.
Well, I mean, because when 90% of the time, I have the brain of a straight person.
Right.
And that's my dating, emotional dating life is straight.
Yeah.
But occasionally, I have sex with dudes, and there's no other word they let you use.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is. And so I woke up on I want to say the first or second day of the month, and it was Pride, and there's all the posts on Facebook about Pride and everything. We run an open mic on Tuesday nights, and there's two, and I'm gonna say the names and stuff because I think I made a bitch move by not saying the names in the first place and caused a big stir, being passive aggressive and doing that thing where you go like, hey, if there's anybody here that thinks this, or how you try to like let somebody off the hook,
yeah,
by saying, hey, everybody should be aware of this thing. instead of telling that one or two people like, hey, you fucking suck, and stop doing this. So instead of doing that to a guy called Fred and another guy called Lil Daddy, which, by the way, these are the two gayest stage names I've ever heard in my life. They both come into the open mic a lot, and would you say like it's fair to say 35 to 40% of their material is something anti-gay?
I'd say Fred has a bigger chunk of anti-gay stuff, but it's a chunk. He honestly thinks it's material. And Little Daddy just sprinkles in jokes
that are kind of like, you know,
he's been yelled at before.
I would say you could give him an elderly guy pass.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. He's already gotten the pass because when Dwayne was running Twist, he came in and did the same set he does now, and Dwayne yelled at him like, dude, you're in a gay bar. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then Dwayne did the passive-aggressive post about it, and it riled people up. It was like, you know, you guys shut up. We're just talking about Little Daddy.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. When you do the passive-aggressive post like that, every edgelord in the comedy group, which, how many people are in that group, would you say? Over 1,000?
That's like, I can check. But it's somewhere over 2,000. I know that. Over
2,000. So out of that, how many people are actually active comedians in this scene? Maybe 50, 80 if you're being really generous?
Yeah, if you're being generous, I'd say 80.
About 80. And so out of the 2,000-something people, there's also a whole bunch of guys that have done comedy a handful of times and then quit, or they were thinking about it and they joined this group to find out where the open mics are, or something along those lines, or they're from a more southern part of the scene, like Massillon and that area. They're more like in Trump country. And all of those, I posted like, hey, if you're coming to this open mic, it's Pride Month. I don't want to hear this shit. You know, if you think you've got like some amazing trans joke, you don't. Don't come to my open mic with that shit.
Yeah.
At least this month. The rest of the year, I'll leave you alone. We also like, we call it the last honest open mic, and it's a little, maybe that's a little bit of a contradiction for some people. If you're like, hey, this is an open mic, come do whatever you want, except don't be shitty about gay people. To be fair, I've said the same thing about racial shit too. I don't want people coming in being racist at the open mic either. And I'm not talking about the attempt at a joke. And this is why I got so irritated when people started arguing with me in that post is I started comedy in 2012, the year of Daniel Tosh versus rape jokes. And so this conversation where comics and like edgy comics and dudes that just, you know, are like, yo man, everything can be funny, and you know, nothing's off limits, and comedy is supposed to be controversial, and blah 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 blah. Fuck off. All right, yes, that's all true, and there's a conversation, and nuance is important. And I'm not talking to people that just go like, oh, my cousin's gay and here's this awkward thing that happened that's funny. I'm not talking about even kind of an offensive gay joke where you're like, oh, and then, you know, this guy was sucking dick and that was an idiot. Like, whatever it is. I'm talking about people that there's jokes that are just like you obviously are you're trying to make this funny without knowing enough about it. Yeah. Like, you have to at least, like, if you don't at least understand gay culture, shut the fuck up about gay culture. Right. But that goes for, like, if Jim Gaffigan had never eaten a Hot Pocket, I don't want to hear his fucking Hot Pocket jokes either. Right. So, it's not like extra I'm not offended in the way that, like, one guy wanted to fight me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he came in with, like, this whole diatribe about libtards and we want to control everything and make everybody gay. The whole 9 yards.
To be fair, number one, make everybody gay. This is the gay agenda.
I didn't get that memo. Maybe it's because of the part-time thing.
Yeah, it's
maybe you got to be a 40 hours a week gay for that.
Yeah, you got to be full-time gay with tenure in order to get the gay agenda.
Well, that's not my gay agenda. My gay agenda is usually to come. That's pretty much the extent of it. And you know, that's what that is.
My gay agenda: give people boners with hugs.
I genuinely think that if you're doing, there's a whole bunch of guys that do the bits they're doing about gays are literally just doing rewritten versions of Dave Chappelle's stuff from his last 6 albums.
Yeah.
All the Alphabet Mafia. You know what joke I've heard 75 times from 75 different comics is when they go, you know, I respect the LGBTQDFLMNIK, like they do that old gag.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole bunch of guys that do bits where they break down each letter into groups, which is like the Dave Chappelle thing where he's like, the L's are in the car and they're sitting in the back seat.
Yeah.
Remember that whole thing?
Yeah, they're just trying to rewrite.
They're just rewriting Dave Chappelle stuff, which is as every bit as obnoxious as somebody when everybody was doing Mitch Hedberg, when everybody was doing
Dave Attell.
And
now
Mark
there are
Maron.
people doing Shane Gillis.
Yes, now there's 1,000 Shane Gillises. All of these people that are not the real people are annoying.
Even the Stanhopes of the world are real annoying.
I've named a bunch of comics that I love and watch still after like 20-year-old specials. So it's not like I'm saying those guys are bad.
No.
I'm saying the cheap imitations of those guys are extra bad because they're not good enough comics to do what those guys are doing. And they don't bother to learn enough about the thing they're trying to talk about it in a smart and funny way.
Right.
So I'm not challenging your right to say whatever you want. Go ahead. But I have the same right. I'm going to say whatever I want. Second, my open mic isn't run by the government.
No.
It doesn't guarantee you free speech. If you want free speech from the government, go fucking to Los Angeles and help the people protesting that are going to be shot for it, most likely. That fucking slow train wreck we're all watching while these dickheads argue with me about what jokes are okay.
The free speech people have a child's understanding of free speech.
Yeah, they think it means they can say a slur whenever they want, or you know, if not that, you know, so there's another guy that, and I won't say his name because nobody knows it and cares, but there was another guy that was a comic that has been coming to our open mic that I thought was cool, and I happened to see a post about the Pride Parade here in Cleveland,
which I went to, and it was a lot of fun.
And this dude comments on the news story about it, I know where I'm not going to be. I'm like, all right, okay. So I click, I'm like, who is this dickhead? He had a picture with a microphone and stuff. I was like, is this a fucking it was a comic.
Using a name that he does not use on stage. Right.
It was a different name. That's why I didn't realize he was the guy that comes to our mic. So I'm like, oh, that sucks. I didn't realize it was somebody I knew. I was like, whatever. But I screen capped it and posted it as an example of what I was talking about. And he'd probably seen it and removed his original comment because people were giving him shit.
Yep.
And then he put a new comment up about, well, why isn't there a straight pride parade? Why is it just the gay pride parade? That 1,000-year-old fucking... Here's the thing. This is a guy that's like 24, 25. He's not elderly.
Mm-hmm.
He grew up in this fucking world with the internet that everybody else has. And so he happened to message me the next day about an open mic he's running, because I had talked to him the week before I knew any of this.
Yeah.
And he sent me the flyer for his open mic, and I was like, oh, cool, because I had plugged it at the show the other day. And at first I go, oh, cool, and then I go, oh, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent him the screenshot of what he did, is why isn't there a straight pride parade? And I was like, I go, is this you? And he goes, yeah, well, I was just asking a question. And
I'm just asking questions.
Immediately, that's like, it's one of two things. It's a phony, fucking fake, like, you think I'm stupid enough to think that you don't mean anything by this dumbass question, or you really just think this is an okay question. And I don't have time for either of those.
Yeah.
It's like, are you fucking stupid? Why isn't there a straight pride parade? Who do you know that's been dragged behind a truck for being straight? Has that ever happened?
Nope.
And it's the same thing. It's like, well, why isn't there a White Lives Matter protest? Same reason. Nobody said they didn't.
Mm.
No one's treated them like their lives didn't matter. Like, there's a
it's all very dumb.
It's just stupid, and it's like, if you think that is like, you think you're being intellectual, is like one of these guys that like to use this emoji,
mm-hmm.
the rubbing their chin emoji, which is like a telltale sign of that person just being a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Just a real weird, phony intellectual.
Then they get real mad when I ask offensive questions.
Oh boy!
So
there you go. You're gonna get me in trouble.
No, I'm not gonna get you in trouble. Look, I don't have time to go. Like, I spent years on the radio fighting with these people.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, in that conversation, a whole bunch of guys like were trying to argue like the merits of offensive comedy and like what's okay, and it's like, no, that's not the conversation I came here to have. Because I'm not stupid, and I'm my stand up, I think people would argue is typically very dark, offensive at times, but it's not because I think that's cute. It's just, if I think something's funny, it doesn't affect if I'm gonna say it. But I also know that I'm not an asshole,
right?
So like, and I know what my intentions are. So it's not. I've been saying whatever I want for 13 years, and I've never gotten in trouble for it.
I've done colleges, and I do gross outs. Like, I've made people throw up with my act, and I still have not gotten in trouble for stuff that I've said. There's an art to it, and I won't be lectured by anybody that is not as skilled as me at it.
Yeah, I don't think that I don't. That conversation got really boring to me 6 months into comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So to have to like sit here and debate with these dickheads that started in the last year and think that they're the shit, it's like, I get out of my life. I don't.
And the thing is, like, these people do not last because, like, you don't make money as I'm going to be offensive guy. You have to do it. You either self-produce or you do it for the love of the game, because no one is scrambling to pick up their checkbook to write a check for the guy that says the most slurs. That isn't happening.
I don't think people understand that comedy is not, everybody's not making money.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare. There's like a handful of people that start to make a whole bunch of money.
Right.
Mike Eaton wrote this long thing about it the other day that was really good. If you want to check out his Facebook, it's on there. It's just about like how doing the road and stuff. And he was talking about like he drove like 28 hours round trip to do a show for like $200 to headline, but also now he has those like there's things you get out of it that's not money, but for the future. But not everybody in comedy is famous. Most people are not. There's plenty of competent, good working comedians that are not Shane Gillis, that are not on billboards, or Matt Rife. It's just weird. I just bring that up because I like in the topic of like arguing with people online. I have a habit of mixing it up with Trump supporters every now and then on the internet. And without fail, every one of them finds their way to my page and then goes, "You're a shitty comedian. You suck at comedy. You're, this." And they didn't watch videos. They just saw a picture of me with a microphone in my hand, and I'm not famous. So they think, "Oh, here's a way to attack this guy."
Yeah.
I don't care. I care. I feel like I should. There's times I feel like I should probably be further along than I am, but I also like I've taken years at a time, like where I wasn't really trying to get anywhere. I had kids and family stuff, different things going on throughout the 13 years. So I am exactly where the amount of work I've put in, and I am okay with that. That's how this works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not entirely merit-based, but, we don't have to get into that. Yeah,
you have to be really good at the comedy part and along with other stuff that's annoying, but you do it. At any rate, those guys suck. The very gay stage names. What's gayer than calling yourself Lil Daddy?
I'm struggling to think of something gay
Anything.
right now. But it's I mean,
when you're called that, you should have a gay partner called Big Daddy. That's what that makes you think.
Yeah.
And Fred, the bussy so nice they named it twice.
I met him. He went by both Freddie G when he went to the Improv Monday at Noon auditions
20 years ago.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. They haven't done these noon auditions at the Improv in years, but that's where I met him. And then I knew him as Nappy Head Fred, and his first joke every single show would be, "I'm Nappy Head Fred," then he'd take his hat off and he's bald. And the joke is...
Yes.
Yeah.
That he has no hair.
Yeah. So Steve Guy got mad at him because he was a regular at the Euclid Tavern open mic that Steve Guy ran, and insisted that his name was Bald Head Fred. And he went by Bald Head Fred for a while. And now he's Fred. So he's changed his names a lot.
I don't know if he's like as homophobic as I think he's just kind of dumb and he just doesn't get why that's not cool, like the stuff that he tries to make funny. But the funniest thing is I did that post. I caused a big ass stink. I got guys in Maslin that want to fucking kill me now. And I got a DM from a guy that was like fucking weak, which was the whole, and I was like, all right, I don't know what that means. But I don't know. I'll fucking beat the eyeballs out of that kid's skull. I shouldn't say that on YouTube.
Well, let's just put it this
hypothetically.
Let's just put it this way. There's a number of trauma responses that people develop. Neither of us flight or freeze. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't talk this much shit my whole life without learning how to take a punch.
Mm-hmm.
But the funniest thing about it is what I was trying to say. The funniest thing about it is I caused this whole stink, and then later that day I saw you, and you're like, neither of them are even in the group.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the people that it was passively aggressively aimed at didn't even see it.
So here's my vow to this audience and to you: no more passive aggressive Chris Paugh. It is aggressive Chris Paugh from now on. I am. I will not mince words anymore. If I'm talking to you, I'll just talk to you, Fred, Lil Daddy, and the rest of you guys can fuck off and leave me alone, you craftsmen. You truth-telling joke writer craftsman, just out there on the grind. You know what I hate about a stage name like that, Lil Daddy?
What's that?
Is if you're the host, now they're making you say it. They're bringing you in on this ridiculous thing.
Yeah.
I hate it more than anything. Long time, 10 years ago, I was hosting an open mic once, and there was some kid called Larry that kept signing up as L-Dub Nation. And I kept saying, give it up for Larry, and he got mad. And I was like, you're not making me say that. That's not, you're not going to you don't get to put that on me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's a comic who tried to get a thing going a while ago to get people to call him N-word Rick.
Yeah, that's not.
It was funny, but I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, you can't. You can't do that.
No.
Some people can. I can't do that. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I don't want the pass.
I wanna sign up as an open mic as the host is gay.
Please give it up for the host is gay.
Yeah. Yeah. How about that?
You're gonna sign up as that next week at Spotlight, huh?
I'm gonna sign up as I am stupid asshole.
Please give it up for I am stupid ass. Hey, you so and so.
Mike Hunt.
What was it that episode of Louie that Stanhope guest starred on? He signed up as shitty fat tits, I think. Yeah. That
comedy's so crazy. People wanna bring you down with them into saying dumb shit.
I don't have time, man. Look, the whole reason that I'm like, hey, like maybe just don't do hate speech masquerading as jokes is because like we got a whole bunch of queer kids that like come to our shows. So, we're trying our best to make it okay for everybody, but it's not easy in a, say whatever you want, damn the consequences environment, because like even as I've been trying to be equitable and fair to everybody for years, but there's still we run an open mic and it's mostly white dudes.
Yeah, and
it just is what it is.
There's a very nice, very cool trans girl that does the open mic a lot, and I think it's the only place she performs because she's in bands everywhere else.
Yeah,
and like, I don't like she has to come in and sit through 2 or 3 sets that are just the most ridiculous, unfunny attempts, and I'll just call them attempts at humor. Not even. I won't even go the whole way to be like, those guys are homophobic. They don't understand that they're being homophobic. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. And it's just shitty to have to sit through to know, like, it doesn't bother me. I'm 44 years old. I've been sucking dick for a long time. I don't care. Well, you're not going to offend me.
Yeah, it's
I want the younger people at the open mic to feel comfortable coming in there, and I want it's a tough line because I also want people to feel like they can come in and work on whatever they're working on.
Yeah,
but
you should have a right to fail.
Yeah. So I'm a lot more loose than my online persona suggests about this stuff. It's just I take a hard line, like in that comedy group and stuff, because it helps me smoke out like the guy that sent me a death threat.
Mm-hmm.
And like now I know that guy won't show up at my open mic, and if he does, I'll know him because he's gonna swing at me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I do shit like that. And I think I don't know what my reputation is. I might seem like I'm a trouble starter, but I think I'm starting trouble with the right people.
Yeah.
And now the rest of you know who those people are if you pay attention. So
yeah. We have to pay attention quickly because I moderate that thing and like nope. So at any rate, my deal with it, and it's the same deal with the radio. And why I fought so hard on there for a while. I'm just tired of doing things that I don't feel comfortable having my son come to.
Yeah.
And that's really all it boils down to.
Yeah, and I mean, look, this is the Roast Battle Cleveland channel. This is our podcast. We've run roast battles forever, where we call each other gay and fat and retarded and everything else, and but it's all done tactfully and consensually and in the spirit of it. Everyone knows what it is.
Yeah,
and everybody's in on it, and that's one of the biggest things I love about Roast Battle. Another reason we'll still be doing this no matter who has a disagreement in other cities or other parts of the league.
Nope. I'll tell you what, if Toronto leaves the league,
you're
gone.
Well,
keep our Canadian neighbors safe.
I like the people I know from Toronto. So
yeah.
But they're not getting on the board much this year.
It is what it is. We are running out of time, buddy.
We are. We're at our limit.
We are up
capacity.
against it, as they say.
I think it's just Elton watching right now. If you're probably watching this later, if you've gotten this far, thank you. If you're in Cleveland, come by Friday night to Forest City Brewery to Roast Battle Cleveland and check out those battles. An hour from now, when you're watching this, just go over to videos and check out we just dropped the Final Four. That premieres at 8:30 tonight, 6:12. So for a timestamp there.
Yeah.
Check out that show. It's a really good one. It's the one where Pope wins the battle. Where Pope wins the championship. Those guys, Kevin, Logan, Pope, and Petrie.
Yeah.
Jeremy and Kyle have a really great battle on there. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it didn't score, but it is what it is.
Check out that. It was last minute. You guys were both on notes. It was fun for us, and if you're following along and know our sort of personalities and the people on the show, it's a really fun battle.
Yeah,
there's some history of the show in there and stuff like that. Anyways, check that out. Thank you guys. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, sometime this week, I'll drop I'm gonna have a one-on-one conversation with Brian Moses, the creator of Roast Battle League, and get the other side of everything that's going on. If I think it'll be the first we've actually heard from Moses on any of this since Pat's departure, and I don't know. I guess that's it. Love you, Pat. We'll still be in touch. Good luck with everything. We appreciate you. Thank you for everything. And that's it. That's the show this week. Goodbye.